Thank you, Anna. So the TLDR version of that is we're going to be able to see the future with incredible accuracy. It's within a 5% variance with 97% confident. So we know for 90 days out, based on gas prices, based on consumer confidence, based on interest rates, based on hundreds of data points, we can predict what is going to happen in the future. Now, obviously there can be black swan events that change that. We can't control that. We can't control the weather yet. But we do know with pretty much 97% certainty what's likely going to happen. So this gives you confidence as hoteliers, as vacation rentals, as restaurants, safety. You know, think about the police chief calls us all the time and says, what's occupancy looking like for this weekend or whatever it is. We'll be able to give this with certainty what's going to happen in the future. This is game changing. No other DMO in the world has this. This is a big deal. We're very, very excited. Thank you to Lucky for all the hard work and the rest of the teams that have contributed to that. Let's talk about paid media real quick, and then we're going to jump into some really fun new announcements. So we're using data every day. We use it to determine what markets we're going to pick. This is our summer markets, I think we're showing right here. This is published on Myrtle Beach Area, CVB.com, so if you ever want to know where we're really pushing hard, we have a universal campaign that goes everywhere, but we really heavy up in certain markets. These are our markets. We're looking at hundreds of data points to determine this. We're looking at not just propensity to book, household income, what they spend when they're in market, how effective are ads at these people, cost of the ads in those markets. We're looking at everything we can to determine what are the right places to spend money the most efficiently. And then we're thinking about who are we targeting. Again, we're not so interested in just bringing people to the beach. We want to bring the right people. That means how much do they spend when they come to market? Have they been here before or are they first time? We're looking at a lot of factors to determine who's coming, and increasingly we're collecting first-party data on individuals so that we can track them over time and start to see things like lifetime value and see what is influencing them. Multi-touch point is a reality. And then the messaging itself. We talked a lot today about having to talk more than just about the beach and more than just about staying in Myrtle Beach. We're talking about food and live music and groups and sports and all this other stuff. So we've got a very sophisticated, layered campaign model, again powered by our friends at MMGY, that talks to the right people with the right message at the right time. We're also thinking about budget in a different way. It used to be 5-10 years ago that you'd set your budget at the beginning of the year and just let it run. We're agile now. We can change on a dime. If we see things happening in the market, we can make a phone call or click a button and say, no, we want to pull out of this market or out of this campaign and push it into here. We're doing more experimentation and testing than we've ever done. And I challenge these guys every day to do more of it. We want to test and learn and test and learn and get increasingly smarter about where we're spending every penny. We have a really good media mix. We want it to get even more effective. As Alan likes to say, I'm never satisfied. So I really want to continue to push the team to think about this. Where are we spending every penny? Is it as effective as it can be? And then creative. I'm proud today to showcase some of our new commercials and then some other projects we're doing. We're going to continue to do the regular commercials like you saw earlier today, you know, you belong at the beach, that kind of stuff. We're going to continue to talk to people in a traditional manner, but we're also going to continue to talk to people in a non-traditional manner. We saw last year that the Beach with the Best campaign was super effective. It increased engagement, awareness, recall across the board. It was more effective than our generic messaging. So I'm going to show you a couple of the commercials today. We've shot 4 new 30-second spots and companion 15-second spots. So we're not going to show you all today. They're going to be released on our CVB site in the next couple of days. But I'm going to show you one of the 30s and then one of the 30s with its bookend 15. These are funny, these are provocative, these are different. For the first time ever, we've created the Myrtle Beach Cinematic Universe. If you are familiar with Marvel, they have crossovers between their movies. So we have now created crossovers in some of our commercials. You'll see this first commercial. There's a dad that spills ice cream. He's the star of another commercial. There's a lady that's reading a book. She's a star of another commercial. So for eagle-eyed viewers that see these, they're going to watch these and be like, that's really interesting. And they're going to want to go research it. They're going to want to talk about it. This is the flywheel we talked about. We want to create paid advertising and owned media that create conversation, create audience, create engagement. So Let's see this first one. It's fun.
Welcome back to the beach, Myrtle Beach, where the best beachers come to play, including Henry Gotta Catch 'em Hall. Grandma with a cannon of an arm.
Woo! Now that's what you call Rocky Road. Ooh la la, what a juke.
Don't try this at home, kids. He's on the boardwalk.
More like the board run.
He jumps, dives, and caught! And the home team wins. Go Beach!
That's how you beach with the best in Myrtle Beach. Plan your vacation at visitmyrtlebeach.com.
It's fun. So that commercial, there's a weird joke in there. You see there's a mime, and she says, ooh la la. That's a callback to one of the other commercials. In the commercial that features the book reader, there's a mime comes on the beach, because obviously you see mimes on the beach because everyone belongs at the beach. And Randall Rickles, the star of these commercials, accidentally thinks that's a French person instead of a mime. So we're doing callbacks and connecting these in our Myrtle Beach cinematic universe. It's a lot of fun. We expect to get a lot of attention from this when we release these later this month. All right, let's see the next one.
Welcome back to the beach, where we join Charlie Chew Baker and his grandpa for lunch.
Here we have some delicious boardwalk classics.
Wait, what's this? Who ordered the seafood tower?
And a perfect plate call by little Charlie Chew Baker.
The rookie takes it.
How's that shrimp?
What did you call me?
Now that's how you beach with the best here at Myrtle Beach. Until next time, stay beachy. Plan your vacation at visitmyrtlebeach.com.
So again, we're telling stories, but we want people to think about these people, these characters as real people, which is why we're doing these continuations in these 50 seconds. We're also going to do some extended cuts of some of these too for social. So let's see the 15 that is the companion piece.
We're back with Charlie Chew Baker taking this tower to the house.
That kid's a natural.
Looks like you found one more claw. Clawsome. Cindy, see what I did? I combined the words claw with awesome.
Plan your vacation at visitmyrtlebeach.com.
I love them so much. They're really good. You know, we're going to get people that detract from these, right? We're going to get people that say this is not what destination marketing is. If you've listened, if you paid attention today at all, you'll hear that people need to be disruptive in order to get attention. That's what we're trying to do with these. You know, again, we're still doing the traditional stuff, don't get me wrong, but we're also trying to be provocative. We're trying to create conversations. We're trying to do things that no other destination is doing, but we're doing it in a way that is diligent, it's well thought out, we're mitigating our risk, and we're ready to move on if we find that something doesn't work. So we want to take risks. If you have concerns with this kind of approach, I'd love to have a conversation with you and evangelize on its behalf. I think we can convert you. So it's a lot of fun. So let's talk about storytelling and content. So we heard a lot from Adam about storytelling. I believe it may be the most powerful weapon we have as a DMO. Plato once said that the storytellers control the world. You think about that throughout history. The storytellers are the folks that have power. They're the politicians, they're the CEOs, the people that can tell a good story, will convince people because they get in beyond just promotion and they start to get into the hearts, the minds, the bodies of these people, and they start to change how they think and how they feel, and more importantly, how they act. And that's what we're trying to do. We're playing the long game here. We want to build content that changes how people think, how they feel, and how they act. And so we're going to announce a few projects that we're launching this year that go along with that. Again, this is a small part of our budget. This is not everything. It's just kind of cool, so we wanted to show it off. We're doing a lot of the block and tackle stuff too, but let's get through some of these, including the one that Adam ruined earlier, Adam. So I'm going to do to you, Chris, what you did to me earlier and just randomly call you on stage.
There we go.
So live music, when I met Chris, he was busy working on some live music stuff. He's got two passions in life, and neither is his family. I'm just kidding. But he loves beer, and he probably loves live music a little more, but obviously family's number one. But you want to talk about what we're doing with live music? And I'll say before you jump in, that we did a lot of work last year on food, right? Food is one of the reasons people come to the beach, increasingly so. We're getting more recognized. We did a lot of content last year. We saw that earlier. We believe live music may be as important as food. We have a lot of live music here. So we want to turn Myrtle Beach into a music destination. Chris, go ahead.
All right. So let me give you 30 seconds. I didn't introduce myself the first time. I think most of y'all probably know me, but my name's Chris Mauder. I'm Associate Creative Director here at Visit Myrtle Beach. So, Stuart likes to say that we have the best job in the world here, promoting tourism and bringing people to a place they already want to come to, which is absolutely true. But I think the reason they brought me up here, my second best job I've ever had was music journalist. So once upon a time, I was, an illustrator, I was a web developer, I was a lot of different things. But for a couple years, I used to work at the Sun News, and I ran their entertainment magazine, and then I did a thing called Listen Up Myrtle Beach for a few years, where I was just covering music around here. So it's definitely a passion of mine and something I'm just, thrilled to talk about in public and be able to promote. I know there's other musicians in this room. Mr. Corey, how you doing, sir? So we have such a vibrant live music scene here, and we have for a long, long time. And so we really want to make sure and promote that to people. We know through research and things that we've done, things with MMGY and such, that people come here to see that, and we have things, such great experiences, not just huge events like CCMF, but also just amazing experiences like playing at the Marsh Walk, the House of Blues. There's, Local on the Water. I'm just trying to name random venues now, but there's hundreds of venues that, if you've ever seen MyrtleLive.com, there's tons of music going on here every night. So we're just really excited to help promote that. As we're telling the story of the destination, a big part of that story is culinary, a big part of that story is arts, a big part of that story is music. So that's kind of what we're doing. And Stuart and I used to work at MyrtleBeach.com together several years ago. I swear this predates the James Corden situation, but I came with an idea back then of doing a thing called, we were going to call it tourist karaoke, where we walked up and down the boardwalk and just tried to get people to sing with us, So we've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to do that here with the thing called Myrtle Beach Karaoke. Mr. Sean will attest to singing with us here recently. So we just go around town we're really lucky to work with a guy, Julio Navarro, Julio and the Saltines. If you've ever seen that band playing around town, they're very successful. But they play great music, and he takes us around. We just have fun with all the different tourists that are there. So that's just one of the many ideas we have. We have this Myrtle Beach Beats music session that's going on. We've been lucky enough to work with one of our partners, Tin Roof, to start shooting sessions there. We're doing live acoustic sessions. You'll see actually a clip of one here in just a second. So that's something we got going on, just letting people know all the different bands and talent that exist in this town. We're going to start releasing some music, actually, some of that music, and putting together compilations of different bands, helping promote all the different talent. I mean, because if you've ever seen, we're known a lot for tribute acts and cover bands, but my gosh, is there a lot of talented original bands and just every type of music in this town as well. So we're going to start, working through that to do that. And then social shorts, we've seen through Google today and all the different things how much that's taken off. So we're trying to do that to promote the live music scene and just get around to all the different venues. We have folks out, some of our content army out taking videos all the time. And then of course CCMF is such a big deal for us, doing some live stuff, doing some different content, doing all sorts of things we can do to promote that. And zero Morgan Wallen videos at that point. So so yeah, just if you would, Stuart, we flip to the next one. We got one quick little clip of a new thing we're doing.
We are the beach.
Two tickets to paradise, won't you pack your bags for leave tonight? I got 2 tickets to paradise, won't you pack your bags for leave tonight? I've got 2 tickets to paradise. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. Oh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
So that is just a short little clip of a thing we call Myrtle Beach Beats music sessions. And, we kind of take it for granted sometimes, I think, being right there at the beach and being able to see live music. But you got to remember, there are people who base their whole vacation around coming here to watch live music and sit by the beach. So it's really cool to be able to do that. And we have some awesome ones planned and coming up. We got, I don't know if you guys have seen, if any of y'all are American Idol fans out there, we had a girl, Mariah Faith, who was just on American Idol that's from Conway. We got a session book with her soon. We got a guy who's coming through The Voice called Rob Cole that's going to play, and just tons of different local acts that are going to come through and just help promote music in this town. So
Great.
Really excited about it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, live music, we have for sure. Good job, Chris. We have a long history with music. Obviously places like the Bowery, we've heard the stories about Alabama. When I came here 22 years ago, there were some really good local bands, and there still is today. We want to tell their stories, not just to showcase them and bring more people to the beach, because we do think the beach has an amazing sound. MMGY recently coined the term America's Jukebox, which I really like because it's eclectic. It says the eclectic nature of us. There's nowhere else you can really go. If you go to Nashville, it's very one-dimensional music, but you come here and you can hear some country stars singing Spice Girls, right? You can hear the most eclectic music from the most unusual sources, and so we want to celebrate that, but we also think it's bigger than that. We think it's deeper than that. We think if we start to tell the story, the community will see that, and it will encourage more artists, more musicians to get started here. So that's what we're trying to do. We want to turn this into a music destination. It already is. We just need to tell that story better. Music connects with people more than anything else. So that's a fun one. Moving on from music, let's talk about short-form video. This is another thing we're launching now. Short-form video, I think, as you've heard, is very, very important in the future strategies. Long form, people don't have the attention. So all these different platforms are doing short form. We're repurposing our content across all of them. But one of the new projects we're launching today is called Beach With Us. And it's a deep dive into people's lives, really quick snapshot of who they are in like 30 to 60 seconds. We just launched the first episode with the Salty Golfer. If you know who that is, he's got massive following on social. Very charismatic. So we're going to be looking to tell these stories across the Grand Strand. The people that make up this tapestry, this fabric, this elaborate quilt that is the Grand Strand. We're really excited about this project. This is one, and I told Julie Ellis this earlier today, this is the one I'm currently most proud of, although put a pin on that because there's another project that's coming later in a second that may beat it. We're not sure yet. But this is one that is risky. This is the one Adam ruined earlier because we hadn't told anyone about this one. The name is provocative, deliberately. It's called Life's a Beach and Then You Die. People will judge us. People will criticize us. I challenge anyone that wants to criticize this to go listen to it first before you criticize. It is designed to be provocative. It is modeled after great podcasts that are very successful, things like Death, Sex, and Money, This American Life. It looks at people, looks at their tragedy, looks at their trauma, looks at their story like never before done on the Grand Strand. We're talking to people that were addicts. We're talking to people that have had redemption stories and become business owners and community members. We're talking to people that have had tragedy. They've lost loved ones and how they overcome it. This is a heartfelt, emotional roller coaster that is embedded with hope and passion. It's people, it's passion, and it's purpose. And these people are all right here in the Grand Strand. We're going to tell the stories of the Grand Strand like never before. And these people are going to be advocates, and they're going to be promoters of the Grand Strand. And people are going to want to come and be a part of this. We're going to show how different, how diverse, how welcoming, how loving the Grand Strand is. Again, this is not direct promotion. We're not spending a ton of money. We're not spending a ton of time on this project. This is experimental before we get the critics. But I think this is the best storytelling we've done as a team. It took an army to bring this together internally with the help of Relic, with the help of Julie, one of our content creators as storytellers. But I'm really, really proud of this. If you want to scan that QR code, it'll take you to a landing page. We're launching this first 4 episodes today. It's dropped on anywhere you listen to podcasts. So I challenge you to listen to this. If you have concerns about the name, if you have concerns about the subject matter, come have a conversation with me. I'll talk you through the psychology of it, the reason we're doing it. We're not doing this to get people to listen to this and say, I want to go to Myrtle Beach right now. We're changing the conversation about what Myrtle Beach is. We're changing it to an elevated state. It's a more sophisticated state. We're turning the listeners of this show into advocates, into storytellers of their own for the beach. This is an amazing show. Really, really proud of this. Thank you to Relic. Thank you to the internal team. Thank you to Julie for putting this together. Go listen to this. If you don't cry, then you're an artificial intelligence because it's very emotional. So yeah, that's a great one. That's launching today. So Chef Swap, we've had a lot of questions about Chef Swap. What's going on? We saw it. We saw earlier the phenomenal numbers, right? It got over 360,000 views in its run on the Cooking Channel last year. So where did it go? What's happened? Well, I'm proud to announce today that we are in pre-production on season 2. We're going to be shooting this in the fall. We're working with publishers to figure out where it's going to live, maybe on the Cooking Channel. We're hoping it goes to Food Network or streaming services, so stay tuned for that. But Chef Swap Season 2 is in the works. We're going to be reaching out to restaurants. We're looking for 7 for Season 2. 14. We did 6 episodes in Season 1. We're doing 7 episodes Season 2. So we want 14 of the best and the brightest and the most interesting restaurants. So if you have a restaurant or if you know a restaurant that wants to participate, come talk to us. And then one more thing with Chef Swap. Season 1, you want to see it. Not everyone's seen it yet, right? It's not available. What we've learned the hard way is contracts are tough when it comes to broadcast and television. We're working through some things, but we're really close. We're hoping to bring this to streaming services, to Amazon and to Brand USA's Go USA TV this summer. So stay tuned for that. More announcements to come. We're excited to share that with more people. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have already seen it. I talked to Mike Chestnut a couple of weeks ago, and he said people are still coming into his restaurant now. This is several months later, and saying they saw this show and they wanted to check him out. And we've heard that from Jess with Winner's Kitchen. We've heard that from Heidi with Hook and Barrel and all of them. This drives heads and beds. It drives people into these restaurants, and it tells a story. It's not come to Myrtle Beach because we have great restaurants. The difference and why storytelling is powerful is people are making this decision themselves. They watch something they think is entertainment. They see these amazing restaurants and restaurateurs, and they have the idea themselves, I want to go try that out. No one's told them to do that. That is, if you study psychology, you'll know that is way more powerful, way more persuasive if someone has the idea themselves. That's what we're doing with shows like Chef Swap. So, you recognize anyone here? We couldn't do this without you guys. I said earlier, when we talk about technology and creativity and strategy and data, what undergirds all of that is the community, the people we work with every day, we support, we hear from every day that run this economy. It's our partners, it's our team at Visit Myrtle Beach, the staff at the Chamber of Commerce. It's everyone in this room. We really couldn't do this without you. We believe this is a really special place, and we've got a lot of stories to tell. I'm going to leave you one final project, or series of projects that we're working on that are near and dear to my heart. This is the one that I think maybe, no offense, maybe a little bit even more powerful, make more of a dent in the universe than Life's a Beach. But we know that we've done a lot of work around accessibility. We talked about it earlier. We know we've done a lot of work around sensory-friendly travel for a long time, since 2016. I wish Becky Lodge was here because she was one of the main catalysts for this with Champion Autism Network, which, by the way, is now rebranded to the Autism Travel Club. They're going international. What started here in Surfside Beach is now going to make a difference on the world stage. So we're really proud of the work they've done here locally, and they're going to do in the rest of the universe. I missed an important stat back here. 87% of families that have kids on the autism spectrum do not take family vacations. The first time I saw that stat, which came from IBC CES a couple of years ago, it broke my heart. 1 in 33 people now have some form of diagnosis on the autism spectrum. It's becoming increasingly prevalent. This is not just an opportunity for us in terms of a destination, it's an obligation for us as a society. We need to do something to fix this number. It's atrocious. We need to do better. And so we're working hard to do that. We believe if we are a leader in this realm, others will follow, and it will make a difference. It will make a dent. So what are we doing? So last year we partnered with CAN, Champion Autism Network, and Travelability to create the pledge. If you have a business in the Myrtle Beach area, I challenge you to go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/pledge and make that pledge. 3 potential options for you. One is just to say, hey, I support this. I want to be a part of the solution. No obligation other than to say, I'm in. Number 2, if you want to, you can get trained. Your team can become trained on what it means to be sensory friendly, and we'll feature you, we'll promote you. And then number 3 is to become a real partner, to offer promotions and specials and things like that around autism travel. So I encourage every business in the community to get involved in that. Second, we have this children's book we've been talking about for a little while. We didn't do what DMOs do. DMOs usually go to their agencies, love my agencies, but they're not children's book authors, right? We went to Fulgrim Moortime, one of our agencies, and said, hey, let's find a children's book author to write a book about sensory-friendly travel. Let's figure out how to do it in the right way. Linda and her son Tyler. Tyler's 22 years old right now. He's been coming to Myrtle Beach since he was 2 years old. He's on the spectrum. His mom is wonderful. And she's also a published children's book author. So they were perfect. They loved the beach. She was an author, and by the way, she's an illustrator too. So we worked with her and our team to develop a book, which is amazing. It's called Splish, Splash, Squawk. It's about finding sensory joy, or finding joy in a sensory vacation. These are some of the illustrations from the book. It's really, really cool. It follows a series of kids that come to the beach, Myrtle Beach, the beach, and they come up to some challenges. They see something, feel something that isn't quite right, and they're not sure how to handle it. And then Maris, our pirate parrot, who's the guide in the book, she helps them unlock their treasure and find their joy. It's really cute. It's really beautiful. It's going to be well received by people, not just in the autism community, but anyone that has a kid that maybe gets nervous sometimes or anxious sometimes. This is the kind of storytelling that's going to be not just impactful, but it's going to make Myrtle Beach memorable. And so we're really, really excited to be starting to publish this. We're hoping to go to print in the next month, and then we'll have copies available for all our members, and we're going to be distributing that through a variety of means. We're talking to a lot of folks right now. We're doing a podcast series. We've partnered with the travel publisher Afar. We're going to create a series about traveling with autism, what it means, how to do it, how to remove the stigma, how to give families the tools, the resources they need to do it. We think this is going to be really, really impactful. We're still talking about the details of this. My hope is that we're going to launch this in the fall. But it's going to be good. It's going to be really impactful. But then the final project I want to talk about is a new TV show that we've developed. It's called Traveling the Spectrum. This is not only going to be the most impactful thing we've ever done as a destination and make a dent in the universe. It's going to elevate our brand. People are going to know Myrtle Beach as the destination for sensory-friendly travel, even more than they already do. These are the stars of the show. These are 3 families that we're bringing to the Myrtle Beach area to share their stories. We've already recorded one of these families that came to Myrtle Beach last week. Braden and his family are coming in about a week. Mika's coming a couple of weeks after that. But the Tilt brothers, Max and Jake, we had the pleasure of hosting them last week, and they had the best time. And from that, I wanted to introduce you to them today because we could put a little piece together. This is going to be the final thing of the day. I can't think of a more appropriate way to end today. When we talk about the beaches for everybody, this really sings that to the world. And this is going to be broadcast to the world later on this year.
Hey, it's Jake, and it's Max! Okay, anyway, you know what? I have a big thing to talk about today. So we went to the movies yesterday. Max was getting his butter on his popcorn, and then for like 10 seconds, and I'm like, okay, Max, that's good. Come on, let's go to the movie. Some lady behind Max was like, yeah, he's a jerk. He's just holding up the line on purpose. I'm like, no.
Yes. No!
He's not holding up the line on purpose. He's autistic.
Max, you're absolutely sweating right now. Oh no. Oh no, Max. You a special power me? Max is the winner.
I win.
How do you feel, Max? Good game, Max.
Good game.
Hi, I'm Jake Tilk, and this is my brother.
Max.
And we're from?
From Park, Michigan.
Go for a little walk to the park. Why does Max like to go on vacation?
By airplane.
You like to travel on the airplane?
Or car.
Or car? Do you like to try out new stuff and new food? New places?
Yes.
What does Max want to see in Myrtle Beach?
RKM beaches and campgrounds.
Yeah? You want to go fishing?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you want to talk about how you like to fish?
Oh, he's so fast! He's so fast! I'm coming to get you, Max! I'm coming to get you! Oh my gosh, he's too fast!
Max and I have always been really, really close, so we've been there together ever since day one. So I'm a year and 2 weeks older than my brother, and growing up with Max, we were always thick as thieves, 2 peas in a pod. It's very hard to put a relationship that's this deep and meaningful into words, but Max is my world. Starting up and showing my brother and I's relationship to the world isn't a very easy thing for me because my brother's always been my safe space and I've always been his safe space. So opening up and sharing that with the world, it's been a challenge, but it's been very much so worth it because my brother has shown the world how capable people with autism can be and how loving people with autism can be. Oh no. Traveling with Max is actually a breeze. He loves the travel.
Max, we go to Myrtle Beach?
I think Myrtle Beach is a good spot because I hear they're really doing a lot of great stuff for people with autism and people with disabilities in general. Also, we've never been to Myrtle Beach. Max loves the sand. He loves to go swimming. He likes when I carry him around in the ocean like a baby. Charter boat, jet ski dolphin tour, golf outing.
Yeah.
Do you like all these ideas? Which
Yes.
one would you want to do?
Golf outing.
Golf outing, you want to do that one? I'd like to help remove the stigma of people with autism cannot travel because they absolutely can and they can love it. And that's the thing is Max loves to do these things. I want to show people with autism and their families that they can do it too.
Man, that touches you, right? Anyone that's seen the show Love on the Spectrum knows the impact that's had in terms of autism awareness. We think this is going to have as big an impact on autism awareness, but a bigger impact on that community. And so we're super proud of this. We're working with the workshop, the same crew that helped us make Chef Swap. Like I said, it's going to come out later this year. We can't say enough of how proud we are of everyone involved in this show, especially the families that are coming. They got some amazing stories. We have 6 episodes. We're going to follow their journeys, starting from their home all the way to the beach. We don't need to sell people on coming to the beach when they see it. When they see the hospitality, they see the beautiful things we have to offer, and they see the enjoyment and the memories that these families are going to have here. These guys are going to do it for us, and more importantly, they're going to do it while changing the world. So thank you, everyone, for coming today. Again, I want to thank sponsors, MMGY for presenting sponsor, the other amazing sponsors. Many of them are our partners. We could not do it without you guys. We really, really appreciate it. Also want to thank the Marina Inn and the staff here. They did a phenomenal job hosting us today, so please give them a round of applause. Thank you again to the team, the Visit Myrtle Beach, Jen and Chris and Diane and all the rest of the team that worked so hard on putting this together today, the Chamber team too, including all of Cindy's team, Partnership Grand Strand, and most importantly, thank you guys, the community, for supporting us, for believing in us, for entrusting us to be the stewards and the storytellers for your community. Hopefully you'll be back next year, and we'll be around for a little while if you want to ask us any questions. But take care, thank you so much, we appreciate you all.